All right, Shalom. This is the brother Mayum coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim, who are diligently pushing out this word and its truth and sincerity, as well as Shalom to the Akwat, the sisters out there who are learning in quietness and meekness. All right, so I just want to do a quick video pertaining to the times that we're living in, all right, and the salvation that we're getting ready to receive for those that are, doing this work in truth and sincerity, that are really for the elect, all right. And as we're getting ready to read, and what stirred up the spirit was a video I seen earlier today by the Apostle Gabar. And he made mention again, as he's done plenty of times, about the salvation of the elect, and how during the time of Noah there was an elect that was saved at that time as well. All right, that elect that was saved was 8 people. All right, Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick video, through the spirit, pertaining to the matter. But first, I want to establish the times that we're living in right now and how that pertains to how people are living today. And then I'm going to show how and why we're going to be delivered, through spirit, as the spirit allows. All right, so this is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37. It says, "But as in the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." All right, and everybody knows the story about Noah. All right. There was Noah. It's a lot. Noah was prophesying for 100 years. All right, about a coming flood. All right, a coming destruction. All right, which same thing that the prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shai are doing today. All right, we're the men of the Lord are out here prophesying out on the highways and byways like we were commanded to do. It's a lot. Like we were commanded to do, and we are telling the people, mainly the 2/3 of Israel, of the coming destruction. All right, just as Noah was doing, and the same thing that the people were doing in the times of Noah, which we're getting ready to read. This is the same thing that the people are doing today. Okay, so it says, and just a quick note, because it did say, "So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." All right, which is another indicator of how we know that we're in the last days. All right, because just like Noah in his last days, he was prophesying, all right, that there would come the flood. All right, and this time we're telling you the same thing. This go around, we're telling you the exact same thing, man, that there's a flood coming, except this flood is not going to be of water, it's going to be a fire. Okay, and Lord willing, I get that as well, that precept. All right, but this is Matthew 24 and 38, it says, "For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark." All right, so you see, it says they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And how are we going to enter the ark this time, man? All right, first and foremost, we're building a spiritual ark. All right, which is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai, which is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is that ark. All right, he's that, because when you go into that word ark, all right, it goes into the word bridge. All right, it's a bridge, and Yahweh Shai is that bridge onto salvation. Okay, because of his sacrifice that he made, all right, the elect is given salvation. All right, remission of sins. All right. And it said, and then the Salak, and through Yahweh Shai being that bridge, which is the ark, right? We are going to be able, the elect is going to be able to be given that bridge to get that salvation, all right, out of the destruction, okay, which is going to come to the whole world, all right? And it says, verse 39, "And knew not until the flood came." So the people didn't know The people in the times of in the days of Noah, they didn't know that. They just thought he was BS and they thought he was crazy. Until what? They didn't know it until what? Until the flood came. And real quick, I want to get a precept just came to the spirit, to my mind. All right. Ezekiel 33 and 33. It says, and when this comes to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. So you see, it said, and when this cometh to pass, and what we just read in Noah, or Salak in Matthew, it said, and let's read it again. All right. Because these people aren't going to get it, and the 2/3 of Israel is not going to get it until it's here. All right, 39, Matthew 24 and 39. It says, and knew not until the flood came. So when that flood came, that's when those people knew that what Noah was saying, what he was prophesying those 100 years, that what he was saying was true, man. And like what the scripture saying in Ezekiel, then they shall know that a prophet hath been among them, man. Same thing that's happening today. These people right now, they're not thinking anything about what we're saying. They're ignoring us, slandering us, like the scriptures say, misusing the prophets, man. All right, I believe that's in 1 Chronicles or 2 Chronicles, one of the two. All right, but these people are misusing the prophets, man. They're loathing the Lord's words, man, because the prophets, we're just telling you the secrets. We're just trying to give you the explanation of the secrets of the Lord, man. Okay, but it said, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So you see, except what's this flood? This flood that's going to come is going to be all hell. All right, Jacob's trouble. And ultimately, it's going to be the nuclear missiles at the end of the day. At the end of all this is going to be the nuclear missiles that's going to get them. Because what? In Revelation, matter of fact, let me get that real quick just to prove the point. All right. I believe it was 20. All right, come on. This is Revelation chapter 20. And let me start at I'm going to read verse 10 and then I'm going to jump down. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 10. It says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where, see, and it said what? Into the lake of fire. When you think about a lake, what does it consist of? It consists of water. All right, except this lake that we're speaking about is going to be consisting of fire. All right, and that's that flood that we're going to be delivered out of. The men of the Lord will be. The elect, the election, just as in the days of Noah, man. See, in the days of Noah, there were people that were killed, and there was only 8 that survived. All right, I don't know the ratio of back in the day, back in Noah's days, because the scriptures don't say how many people were on the planet Earth, but it was a very few number of people that were saved, man. 8 people. Out of all the population of the world, 8 people were delivered. Well, guess what? Now, there's I can say confidently that there's more people on the planet Earth than there were in the days of Noah. There's 7+ billion people here on the planet Earth, and guess how many are going to be saved? 144,000 men of the 12 tribes of Israel, along with the rest of the 1/3, man. You know, and compared to in comparison to the rest of the population of the earth, that's a very small number, man. 1/3 of Israel, just 1/3 of Israel is going to be delivered, and the rest of Israel is going to be destroyed, and as well as the majority of the rest of the population of the planet Earth, man. There's still going to be some people that are spared, but those are going to be heathens to go into slavery, man. All right, but what it say? It say, cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever, man. Because America is going to become that lake of fire, man. Ultimately, the missiles are going to bring that lake of fire. All right. And let me read, jump down to 13. It says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. 14, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So see, because the Lord is a balance, man. The Lord is a power of perfect balance. All right. He killed in the first death. The first death was what? The flood, man. The flood of what? The flood of waters. Except now this time, the Lord, it's a lot. The Lord is bringing that second death via fire. That's going to be the flood at the end of the day. All right. That's going to be the flood that destroys the majority of these people on the planet Earth, as well as Jacob's trouble, as well as the plagues that are coming. And just to prove that basically these tribulations, Jacob's trouble, because what Jacob's trouble is going to be tribulation to the 2/3 of Israel. Just to prove that tribulation is a flood, I'm gonna read a parable that Yahweh gave, man. All right, let me see if I can find it here. I think it's 20 something. All right, Con. This is Matthew chapter 7, and this is just a parable, just to show you, all right, how the floods are representative of tribulations, man, and troubles, all right, which is going to come through Jacob's trouble, man. All right, so this is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 24. It says, "Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock." All right. And who are those men who hear the sayings of the Lord and doeth them? All right, because the scripture says, "Be hearers of the word as well as doers of the word." All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so it said, "I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock." And who are those men? That's talking about the elect, man, because the elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua are the ones out here doing the work. They're the ones that are reading the scriptures, listening to the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, and doing what the spirit is saying, man. All right, so let's see what they did. It said, "Which built his house upon a rock." So those men, they're building their spiritual house upon a rock. All right, and it says, verse 25, and it says, "And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock." So you see, those floods are a metaphor, all right, for the troubles, man, for tribulations. All right, because what? The house is getting beat up on. And what are we not the temple of the Lord? Our bodies are temples of the Lord, man. We're housing the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which was given us, man. All right, so those floods is representing as well as those troubles, man. So those troubles that are going to be coming upon Jacob, all right, are going to be considered a part of that flood, man, like it says in Isaiah. And we'll get that when I finish this, man, because you see, this is why we're building this spiritual ark now, man. We're all the men of the Lord. We're all spiritual Noahs, man. We're all prophesying and telling the people about the flood that's coming, the floods of trouble, and the flood of ultimately at the end of the day, like I've been saying, of these nuclear missiles, man, because they're gonna make this place into a lake of fire. All right, and it said, verse 26, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not. So the rest of these people that hear the prophets of the Lord, they hear them on the highways and byways, or they might come across them on the videos, or they might just completely just turn away from their back from the Lord and not even want to hear anything about it. But see, that's why the Lord is so powerful and glorious, that he's given no one's going to have an excuse that they never heard this word, because this word is going to be this word is going to be preached to the four corners of the earth. All right, so no one is going to have an excuse. All right, so now we're about to read about those people that heard the word, heard the sayings of the Lord, and did them not. Because what? The prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua were nothing but mouthpieces of the Lord, just like Noah was. Noah was a mouthpiece for the Lord, man. Noah was told of the flood that was going to come to destroy the earth. And Noah started to build and do as the Lord said. All right, so he heard and he began to do as the Lord said. And then he was warning the people as well. And so the people, when they heard Noah, they were really hearing the Lord, man. Just like today, when the people hear us on the highways and byways prophesying, or they hear a video or whatever it might be, you know, that's ultimately at the end of the day, that's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai speaking, man. All right, Salakia, that was just had a quick interruption. I had to answer the phone. But where was I? All right, so, all right, now we're fitting to read, all right, who these people are, we're going to read, well, we already established who these people are. All right, the 2/3 of Israel. They don't want to adhere to the words of the Lord, and they're not doing what we're telling them. We're telling them to get themselves right with the Lord before this flood comes, just like Noah was saying back in the day. All right, so now we're getting ready to read, and I don't know why that phone call went through. I got silent on. I guess I'm going to have to change the settings on, but all right. Let me read this now. This is Matthew 7:26. It says, "And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not, which are the 2/3 of Israel, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand." All right. And it says, "And the rain descended, and the floods came." And again, those floods are representative of those trials and tribulations, which the trials and tribulations of the 2/3 are going to come via Jacob's trouble, ending with the nuclear missiles, man. And out of all those troubles, like the scriptures say time and time again, out of all these troubles, the Lord shall deliver his elect, man. The Lord shall deliver his servants. Okay? And it said, let me read verse 27. It says, "And the rains descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it." And the 2/3, you people are really going to fall, man. You're going to be taken by the flood. All right? And now let me get this in Isaiah. Spirit had me say this earlier about getting this, about those that flood. All right, because now we established that those floods are a metaphor for those tribulations. Well, let's see a form of those tribulations that is going to come to the 2/3, man. This is Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west." And let me see. Should I read up? Nah. Let me just read this. Let me start from the top on this. It says, verse 19. "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy," and who's the enemy? That's talking about Esau, Edom, because Esau, the red Hebrew Edomite, he's getting ready to roll on you people, man. All right, mainly you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which consists of the House of Israel, man. All right, you people are the main targets of Esau's coming destruction, really, if you want to call it that, for lack of a better term at the moment. All right, it says, "When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai shall lift up a standard against him," man. And you see that standard is going to be set over the men of the Lord. That standard is going to be set upon the men of the Lord, man. Like it says, I believe in Ezekiel, man, that the Wad, okay, the men of the Lord are going to receive that mark of exemption. But those that didn't want to, guess what? You're going to be taken by that flood, man. Esau's going to come and he's going to kill a lot of you 2/3, man. And the rest of you that make it past all these things, the Lord is going to destroy you via the nuclear flood, man, which is going to come via the nuclear missiles, man, which is biblical. All right, which is biblical. Look, right there, lake of fire. How do you think America is going to be turned into that lake of fire right there? Via the nuclear missiles, man. All right, that's what's getting ready to come to the world, man, as in the days of Noah, man. Just like you people. You just want to continue to have a good life, live that best life that you can possibly live. Well, guess what, man? In that day, Yahweh Shemel Sky is going to bring that flood, and then it's going to be too late for you people, man. The doors are going to be shut of the ark, man, just like in the days of Noah. Matter of fact, let me get that in Noah. Let's read up on that. And I think I can start at the 6. All right, so let me, I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, this is Genesis chapter 6, and it's going to go on over to the next chapter. This is Genesis chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, "And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence." And what's going on in today's times, man? The earth is corrupt as all hell, man. All types of wickedness is going on through the 4 corners of the earth, man. That's why, especially here in America, man, and that's why the scriptures say in Revelation 18 that the wickedness, matter of fact, not to butcher it, let me just get it. Revelation 18, I believe it's 3. verse 5. This is Revelation 18:5. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered all her iniquities, man. So you see, mainly here in America, the sins of just America have reached unto the heavens. So just imagine the entire earth, man, how much sin there is in the earth, man. All right, so that's, again, this is we're reliving the days of Noah, man. All right, we're reliving the days of Noah. All right, and it says, in the earth, Genesis 6:11, and it says, and the earth was filled with violence. And it's not the earth filled with violence. There's nothing but wars and rumors of wars going on around the world, man. Just like in Matthew 24, which is a sign of the Lord's coming, man. And what did it say in Matthew 24, verse 38? So shall the coming of the Son of Man be, man. Just as in the days of Noah, which we're reading right now. You see, so this is all prophecy, man, of the days that are to come. All right, verse 12 says, and the Most High looked upon the earth, which he's doing now, because the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So he sees everything that's happening upon the earth, man. It says, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And you can't tell me that man on the planet earth has not corrupted his way, man. You got men and women going after their natural uses, man, and going after that which is unseemly, as the scriptures say. Verse 13, and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. So you see, this is the same thing that the Lord is doing now, man. All right, he's coming. The Lord is revealing his spirit unto the men of the Lord, and he's giving the men of the Lord his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The wisdom and knowledge and understanding of what? The coming destructions, man. The prophecies that are written within this book to know that we're living in the last days, man. Just like Noah, or just like the Lord is revealing unto Noah right here, man. He's revealing unto him the last days, man. All right. Verse 14, make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. So you see, the Lord is telling them to build up the ark, which the Lord has his men, all right, today building that spiritual ark. Okay. And I'm going to skip on down because it's going to go through some technicalities here on the measurements of the ark. All right, and it says verse 17, it says, and behold, I, even I, bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. So you see, the Lord is giving him the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of what's getting ready to come, the same that's going on today. All right, so the Lord this time, he's bringing that flood of what? First, he's bringing that flood of Jacob's trouble, and then he's going to bring that flood of the nuclear missiles. All right, it says to destroy all flesh, when is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come unto the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee. And you see, the Lord is establishing a new covenant with us now. All right, we're going to be that, in that new covenant is going to be the laws, statutes, and commandments written within us. Okay, that's going to be the new covenant that we get, man. And thou shalt come into the ark, and we're building that spiritual ark, man. All right, which is the body. All right, we're brothers are building that spiritual ark, man. And it says, verse 19, and it says, and of every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shall thou bring into the ark. All right, and let me just get on to the next scripture, or the next chapter. And let me read verse 4. Skip on down to Genesis 7:4. It says, for yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And you see, this time the Lord is going to come and bring a heavy destruction on the planet earth, and everything in America is going to be destroyed, man. Everything in America is going to be destroyed. And Noah did, like we read in Matthew, what was that? Matthew 7. All right, talking about that the wise man that built it, that heard the word of the Lord and did. See, Noah heard the word of the Lord, and what did it say in verse 5? And Noah did according to all that the Lord commanded him. And that Lord is in all caps, meaning Yahweh. All right. And it says, and Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. All right. So Noah was 600 years old when that waters finally came. And it says, verse 7, and Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. All right. And how are we going to receive that deliverance? Through the chariots, man, which the world ignorantly calls UFOs, man. All right. And it says here, and his sons and his wives and his sons' wives with him. All right. That's the elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the 1/3 of Israel, man. That's what that represents. The election that's going to be saved. Because see, this was the election of Noah's days, man. Noah and the rest of the people that were saved, his sons and his wife and his sons' wives, that was the election that was deemed to be saved at that time, man. And now there's going to be another election that's deemed to be saved, and that is the 144,000 men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the rest of the 1/3, man, which consists of women, children, all right, friends of the prophets, helps of the prophets, okay. And let me see. And I want to get where it talks about the rainbow. Just bear with me, Akim. Just lock it. Let me just see. I'm just trying to find the scripture of the rainbow. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can just type this in. All right. All right, Con. So here it is. This is Genesis, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna start from 11. It says, and this is the Lord speaking to. This is that first covenant being established, or not being established, but being remembered. Genesis chapter 9, verse 11, and it says, "And I will establish my covenant with you," talking with Noah. "Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth." So you see, the Lord is not going to bring a flood of waters again, man. That's what that rainbow represents. When we see the rainbow, all right, that's what you should. It's really a memorial that the Lord flooded the earth by water, and that He's not going to do that again. So you see, that's why this flood that's getting ready to come is not going to be of waters. It's going to be of fire. Okay, a fire and death and destruction, because it's going to come via Jacob's trouble as well, man. All right. So, I just wanted to make that quick video, through the Spirit. Lord willing, you brothers were edified through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who were diligently pushing out this truth and truth and sincerity. And with that, Shalom.